Welcome to the Man Whore Podcast.
Ooh, it's Tuesday. What am I doing in your ears on a Tuesday? This is normally a Wednesday voice you hear, right? This is Billy Procida. You're listening to the Man Whore Podcast. And you're probably surprised that you are. Yes. Okay. So this is a nice little bonus clip from my full-length bonus episode, free bonus episode, with Jelena Aleksic of the Confetti Project. But she is not just a joyful, celebratory photographer. No. Jelena is my 7th grade crush. I was oh so smitten with this girl, basically, because we were 12. I was so smitten with her when we were in grade school. And I have not seen her since 8th grade graduation. That's like 16 years ago or something. And so I reached out and asked if she wanted to kind of reconnect on mic on the show, and she was so down. So this is just a taste of what the full episode is, which is already out right now on Patreon. In fact, there is a link in the show notes where you can go listen to it right now for free. Really, there's no reason not to go check out the full thing. It's great. And if you run out of a podcast to listen to today, go add that one to your queue. You just have to go listen to it at patreon.com/manwhorepodcast. It's free. You don't need to put a credit card down. Last month, we put one out with Nina Hartley. You can, of course, go listen to that one, too. And if you don't want to miss out on this free monthly bonus episode that I'm doing, click the follow button on my page. It's going to ask you to make an account. It takes about 15 seconds. No credit card needed. And with that, you will get emailed and notified, when there's a new bonus episode that you can enjoy for free. Of course, there's over 100 bonus episodes at the $5 a month level. But hey, this one's on the house. This one's on me. So enjoy the little teaser, but more so, I hope you go enjoy the full thing at patreon.com/manwhorepodcast. That's Patreon, patreon.com/manwhorepodcast. If you want a link directly to this bonus episode, check the show notes, copy it into your browser. Now let's get a little taste of me with Jelena Aleksic. When was your first kiss?
Honestly, when I was I want to say 2 or 3.
Whoa, okay. Is this going to be traumatic, or is this going to be okay?
No, it was maybe a little. I'm getting. So I went to this school called the European Learning Center, and this was before I went to Montessori school. Before I went to Norwood Public, which is where we went to school together. Sure. And I remember, again, it was for kids where English was their second language. So,
were you born out of the country? Or?
No, I was born here, but both my parents are super foreign. So I grew up foreign, and Serbian was my first language. And so I went to the school. It was super small. It was in Fairlawn, and everyone else was from another country, Germany, France, whatever. And there was this German guy, this blonde, blue-eyed guy that...
Boy, we're talking 2 or 3 year old?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, honestly, maybe
toddler
it was, maybe it was 3 or 4. I think we were a tad older.
Sure.
Yeah. And so during recess, we got to go out and there was we play and all of that. And there was this tunnel, and it was this metal tunnel that you can go into. And we started just kissing. In there, and it became a pattern. We did it a few times. That became our spot. Just kissing. I don't even know if it was tongue or anything like that.
I would hope not.
Yeah. And then, we got caught. And I remember, I don't remember a lot from when I was young. Again, I just blocked so much out, but I remember the call when the administrators called both of our parents, and they were this is what they did. And but that was my first kiss. Super young.
Do you know his name?
No, I want to say
you don't have to
maybe
it's
Sasha.
not to say here,
maybe
but
Sasha.
Okay,
but I would have no idea how to
You would
find
know.
him.
You would never be able to find this guy.
I mean, maybe 98. It would take a while.
It would take some research. You'd have to be calling the school, be do you have records from...
I don't even think the school's in existence anymore. It was a super small... This Greek couple founded it. It was in their mansion house. It was, yeah.
This is a movie I would watch. Your search to find your first kiss from 3 years old.
And then I honestly don't remember after that. Because I really wasn't allowed to explore those parts of myself in middle school or high school, really.
Sure.
Even though I did date someone in high school, but it wasn't.
Ooh, what was the secret relationship like in high school? Because I didn't get to go to a normal high school.
Yeah,
so
it
like
was all
I never.
boys, right? All
It
boys
was co-ed, but it was
Wait,
it
what
was
was
just
it called again?
it's called Hyde.
Okay.
No one ever.
Wait, where is that? Is it in Bergen County?
It was in Northeast Connecticut.
Okay.
That campus is now closed, but that's where I was for 4 years.
Very fair.
So you dated secretly in high school. How long was
I wouldn't say dated in the sense of like a bunch of people. I would say so here's the thing. If like, again, I wouldn't advise anyone to do this. But if your parents tell you that you can't do something, you try to find like loopholes around it. Right. And so for me, it made sense to date someone that was in my, like after school, like team, like activity. So I was on the swim team.
Okay.
And so was he. So like we were already spending, you're like in bathing suits and, all of that, but you're already spending so much time together, like every single day. So it becomes easier to get away with that when your parents are looking at every single thing that you're doing, so that's kind of how it started. Yeah. And then it got to the point where I'd be like, oh, I'm going out with my friends, and I would like go to his house, and like his parents were totally normal and fine with it and all of that. So I had like a secret relationship. But again, it wasn't, for me, like it wasn't serious because it could never be serious. Like if I couldn't tell my parents about it and really had to compartmentalize those parts of my life, like I never saw it as like for real.
What was it like what effect do you think that had on you and your sexuality?
Yeah. Well, looking back on it, like I hated it at the time. Like I was like, you guys are crazy. Like I hate you. Like no, like
all the other girls get to give hand jobs and buses. Why not me?
Exactly. And also it's hard when you're bicultural, like the household is, European or Eastern European, and then you're going to school in America and they're very opposing. So I already had a hard time specifically with my mom, like just always butting heads. But this was more my dad. Like my mom was always pretty lax. Like we would talk about like when she started dating, and she was very laissez-faire about it. But my dad was just very like, he had 3 daughters. He was like, you were only focusing on school. I loved it because I really did very well in school. Yeah. I was able to very much, like foster a sense of my own self identity, create the foundation for that, and like just really focus on like reading, writing, like I mean I'm a nerd, like I love that stuff, know. So, and I also got to see with my friends like how dangerous it can be to explore relationships when you're in that developmental time of adolescence. When
you go like boy crazy,
right? And then you're in these relationships and like they could be toxic, or who knows what love is, or whatever the intentions are for both parties. And then you could like not take your SATs because you didn't study in time, or it could really be this like very
which isn't even a possibility in your house. So it's like no, that's just a thing that happens.
No, it's like you study like a year in advance and like every single weekend, like leading up to it. Right. So honestly, I like that. Like I actually thanked my dad for creating such a strict environment, like after the fact.